Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile with a message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, if you enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment. Anyway, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Gentlemen of the jury, John would like for you guys to spend the next 30 to 45 minutes taking a nap while we talk to you about Matlock. John, how are you doing this fine Sunday? Well, first off, before it's not even about John today. Today is John's wife's birthday. So I want to say happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. I can't believe you're not singing happy birthday to your wife. Happy birthday to you.
All right. Look, ladies and gentlemen, I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't here with Jason today. Yes, it is my wife's birthday. She had to work, unfortunately, and I made the suggestion that maybe we could take a nap. And she was like, "Nope, I don't need to take a nap." And I'm like, "Okay." And I said, "Are you sure?" And she goes, "Yeah, do you want to take a nap?" And I'm like, "No, only if you want to take a nap." But neither one of us apparently got a nap. I really could have used one because I've been working outside on the ice rink today, and I'm kind of a little bit spent. But that's where the old Diet Mountain Dew will come in to help me out, I guess, Jason.
Mountain Dew does nothing for me anymore, except for regular Mountain Dew makes me anxious. I have been burning the candle at both ends lately. I've been staying up late and getting up early, and it's been wild, but it's paying off, and it's going to be really cool in the next couple weeks.
Well, talk about it. It's all these interviews and everything you've racked up for Three Geeks podcast.
Yeah, I don't want to say who because, anything can happen, but some of the ones that we've recorded to come out is we got the voice of Zelda, which I'm so excited. She was awesome.
That's cool. That's awesome. Yeah, you got a lot coming up in the next couple of weeks, and that's an awesome feeling to have, man. So congrats.
Thanks, man. What have you been watching, John?
Oh, wow. What have I been watching? I have a couple movies that I would like to talk about. One is kind of one of those movies where I'm going to say it and people are going to go, "Whoa, you never saw that before?" And I really enjoyed it. And that is 1993's epic cowboy western. I lost it. Tombstone. For a minute, I was going to say Unforgiven. And I'm like, no, I've seen Unforgiven a bunch of times, but I've never actually seen Tombstone all the way through. So last weekend, the wife and I sat down and watched it. She's a big fan of Sam Elliott, so I didn't have to twist her arm any. She was all down to watch it, even though she's seen it several times. And I really liked it. Val Kilmer did a heck of a job as Doc Holliday. Fantastic movie overall. I really liked it. Have you seen it?
I have not, man, but I need to. Sam Elliott is so good. I just finished Landman today, season 2, the finale. And Sam Elliott plays Billy Bob's character's father. And it's funny, they're only 10 years apart from each other. But Sam Elliott is such a good actor. So good.
Yeah, like I said, he's a favorite of Courtney's, and I really enjoyed Tombstone. Now, on to the movie that I didn't really enjoy. Like, I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. Everybody talks about Seven Brides for Seven Brothers, which is a musical. And so finally, last night, Courtney and I sat down and watched it. It stars Howard Keel and June Powell. It was okay. a couple of the songs didn't really kind of match the vibe because the whole setting of the movie is like Oregon in 1850. But they had like a couple of numbers where June Powell was singing like she was an opera singer. And it was really like, I'm like, that doesn't mix well. And the plot I thought was kind of silly as well, even for 1850 Oregon. I just thought like what happened and what unfolded. I'm like, this seems a little ridiculous. So I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. I guess I'm disappointed in it.
Well, keep in mind, folks, that John has the King of New York on his shelf of shame. So he's full of hot takes.
The King of New York was awful. I had high hopes for it too, and it was bad.
Shame.
Well, anyways.
I was over at a shelf of shame yesterday.
Thank you, by the way, for giving me a hand on the ice rink. For those folks that don't know, I like to put in an ice rink in my backyard. It's what I do. You know, while some people work on classic cars, I put an ice rink in. And Jason helped me out yesterday because I kind of wanted to get the liner put in. And it's a lot easier if you have two people to do it. And so I appreciate you coming over and help me out, man.
I'm happy to, John. I love coming and hanging out with you and your casa. It's so organized. It makes me feel bad about myself whenever I go to your house because even the posters on his wall are alphabetized. And John, if you haven't noticed that you did that, you should go look at them one more time because they are definitely in alphabetical order. John's house is so orderly and neat.
Okay. Now you're making me paranoid. What did you do to my house?
Nothing. They're posters. I noticed them yesterday. They're in alphabetical order.
Are they?
Yeah.
No, you're kidding me.
Mm-mm.
This is a giant. Okay. Well, we'll tackle this later because you have to share with the listeners what you've been watching.
I've been watching, like I said, Landman, season 1 and season 2. I just finished. Very, very good. Star Trek Starfleet Academy was also very, very good. What have I been watching? Tell Me Lies. I watched. Oh, His and Hers. Since this is a mystery show, murder mystery podcast. His and Hers is one of the best mysteries I have seen in a while. It was so good. Jonathan Bernthal and Tessa Thompson star, and they are great. I did guess the ending, but only because I was being a smartass to a friend in a text. I didn't really think it was that person, nor did I any clues lead me to that. But it was wild at the end. I loved it. And then another show, which was it's a bit harder to watch. Trigger warning, which is not something I usually say, but it's called Girl Taken. It's about twin sister who gets kidnapped by her teacher, and it's really good as well.
Wait a minute, can I go back for a minute? You said Starfleet Academy. Did they drop all those episodes at once, or are they coming out like 3 at a time or 1 at a time? Or...
They dropped 2, and then I think they're coming out 1 at a time. It takes place after Discovery.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool. I still got to finish season 3 of Strange New Worlds.
I need to watch Strange New Worlds, but I really liked Discovery, so that's why I jumped on this one.
Yeah. Cool.
Huh?
All right. Well, are we ready to talk about this episode of Matlock? But I think we have a couple of comments from Justin just popped up in the chat. So, Liz, Seven Brides for Seven Brothers is not my favorite musical either. Yeah, Liz, I don't want to ruin it for people, but like the whole central plot, I'm like, I know this is 1850 and things were different, but this just seemed like way, way, way out there. And it just, to me, just kind of made me feel, plus, I guess kind of the stereotype of the 6 hillbilly hick brothers too kind of didn't do much for me either. So, but do we have another comment as well? What's going on, awesome nerds? Well, lots of things, actually. In fact, one of those things is being, of course, proud to bring this episode of Mattalk to you. So, Jason, should we go ahead and get into our opening statements?
We shall. And I totally messed up, and I played the old intro. So on the outro of this show, I'll play the new intro, and stick around because it's a treat.
All right. Well, with that, then, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into our opening statement. All right. We have quite a few guest stars. In fact, one guest star is a pretty big name. who has been in a previous episode of Matlock. And of course, I'm talking about Amy Yazbek. She will be playing the role of Cheryl Atkins in this episode called The Debt, of which I forgot to give the air date. The original air date is March 18th, 1993. I don't know if I have to go through Amy's catalog or her resume, but she is, of course, Peggy Brandt in The Mask, Elizabeth Stuckey in Pretty Woman, Flo Healy in Problem Child, Marion in Robin Hood Men in Tights, Casey Davenport on Wings, Wendy on Platypus Man, which is a throwback to an old show that I really, really liked, and unfortunately it only lasted one season. Diana on Magnum P.I., and she also played Lauren Chadwick, which was a character on The Cover Girl, which is season 3, episode 9. And this was basically the episode, Jason, which you might remember, where Conrad had the supermodel girlfriend, and there was the murder that involved her, and et cetera, et cetera. And of course, probably Amy Yazbek is most known for being the wife of one, John Ritter, therefore also being the father of Noah and Jason Ritter. Jason, what do you think about that?
I don't think she's Jason Ritter's mother. I think that's her stepson. But no, I absolutely love Amy Yazbek. She's one of the people we've reached out to, and I've not heard back yet. But fingers crossed, because I would. Oh my God, I'd be honored to talk to her.
Did you know she's born in Cincinnati?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting. Ohio girl, and you know what? I'm going to take your word on that. But Noah is definitely their kid, right? John and Amy's kid, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about another wonderful guest star, Jennifer Bassi, I believe it's pronounced. She'll be playing the role of Gloria Morell. You may know her as Jane's aunt in 27 Dresses, Mrs. Loftmore in Waxwork, Marion Colby on All My Children, Quinn Davers on General Hospital, Nancy Dawson on Grey's Anatomy, and she too has also been in an episode of Matlock from season 4, episode 3, The Good Boy. This is the one where she played Evie Malone, but this is the one where we had the real kind of douchey stepson who kills his stepfather because they were going to send him to military school, even though he looked like he was 28 years old, the actor. I didn't know that he was going to get to go to military school looking like that. But so anything else you want to talk about with Miss Bassi?
I do not. My internet's on the fritz, so I'm not even taking a chance risking looking anything up.
Okay. Well, our third and final guest star is Tom the Wiki, who will be the prosecutor when we get to the courtroom scenes. You may also know him as Captain Fitzpatrick on Bad Monkey, Lincoln in The Punisher, the 2004 version of The Punisher starring Thomas Jane, Coach Ed Henry in Remember the Titans, the literature teacher in The Blind Side, Roy on Will Trent, Oscar Mercado in MacGyver, the current version, the 2021 version. He's done a lot of voiceovers for Madden NFL video games. He also was Charles Lipton on Satisfaction and Devin on Necessary Roughness, plus a bunch of other credits to his name.
Awesome, man.
You're a fan of Will Trent, aren't you?
I am a fan of Will Trent.
Does his name of Roy ring a bell?
Mm-mm. I'm bad with names on TV shows, unless I'm watching it in the moment.
Okay. All right. Well, with that then, Jason, we've gotten through all of our opening statements and all the information that the listeners need to know about. So I got to ask you a question, man. That question is very important. Are you willing to give are you willing to give your opinion, solely your opinion, and only your opinion, so help you?
That statement confused me, but yes, I do.
Then it's time to testify.
Actually, John, last night.
All right. Before we lose Jason again here with his internet, let's talk about the plot of this episode. This episode is where Leanne takes care of a case involving her ex-hubby who's accused of murdering his boss. This ought to be interesting. Opening scene. We see kind of a royal park. And then a car pulls up. And this guy gets out of the car. His wife, it's presumed to be, will stay behind the car, or in the car, excuse me. And basically, this gentleman, his name is Brian, he's meeting with Peter. And I got to send in my rating to Justin. My bad. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. It's a new endeavor. Jason, do you want to explain what we're doing real quick while I send over my
we
prediction?
Guess each other's ratings. We send it over to Justin so Justin can keep us honest, because John is a tricky one. Because, obviously, if you listen to last week's PVD cast, you know that John is not adverse to cheating in games. So he has to send his rating over to Justin so Justin can clarify that it is correct.
Okay, first of all, I did not cheat on the last episode of the PVD cast. The tape will show. Anybody that wants to listen to it, go over and listen to it. It's available at pvdcast.com or wherever you find great podcasts. And you can hear on episode 509, a victory by Justin over Jason.
Hashtag PVD cheat.
Oh, I like that one. Let's get that one started. I like that one.
He likes it, folks.
I do.
If that's not an admission of guilt, I don't know what is.
Look, do I have to get my lawyer? That's all I'm saying. Anyways, so Brian and Peter, getting back to it, they were meeting in the park, and basically Brian tells Peter that he's dying of diabetes, that he's got like about a week or so remaining, and he wants to reopen this court case that basically he Brian and Peter kind of rigged so that the individual that they had in custody would go to jail. So we then go to a golf club, and it's a country club, I guess you could say, but there's golf involved. Peter and Cheryl are there. So is Leanne Matlock. And so Peter thinks that he's got to go over and say hello, which that's not a good idea, man. It's never a good idea. What say you, Jason?
Why not?
Because it's the ex. You got the new girl there, the new model, so to speak, if you will. And it's just going to be awkward, even though he's only in town because he's squaring away his dad's house, because his father had passed away. His house is other things that he has to take care of. So
you're talking about a guy who goes to the movies with his ex.
Oh, that's true.
I hang out with all my exes, John, except for one. Friends with them all. Oh no, it wouldn't be awkward to me at all. It'd just be second nature to say hello. But no, this guy's a douche, and a half.
Okay, yeah, okay, good. I'm glad we worked this out. Okay, so you totally cool with going and saying hello to an ex, where Peter, douchey, shouldn't be doing this.
Well, I mean, it's in his character to do so because, again, douchey. But it does. Leanne and Ben should have just turned around, not even said anything. Now that would have been the move.
Yeah, that would have been. But, anyways, I felt that the horrible line from Peter is, you need some evidence of his douchiness. Here it is. I'm staying at my dad's house. I'm sleeping in my old room. Bed still squeaks. Oh, really? How old are you? 13 there, Peter? Huh? Jeez. Cheryl and the neighbors, we go to a scene, where Cheryl and the neighbors want to get some coffee at night. And they're walking up the stairs to the house that Cheryl and Peter have. They unlock the door. They walk in, and what do you know? They find Peter standing over a dead Brian, blood everywhere, and murder weapon in hand. Which, of course, for you new listeners, is the pet peeve of my partner, Jason. Right, Jason?
Yeah. Why do they pick? I still don't understand this. I forgot to mention this in the what we've been watching. So I've been doing a lot of video editing, and I've been watching Saved by the Bell, a lot of Saved by the Bell. the only show with less continuity than Matlock is Saved by the Bell. Like, one episode, they break up. The next episode, they're together. The following episode, they're still broken up. Like, it's wild. But anyway, that's a tangent for another day. Anyway, yeah, no, I don't know why they pick up the weapons. It drives me nuts.
Well, you know what, though? But I will say this. The continuity of Saved by the Bell, it's supposed to be high school, right? So I can think back to high school. You had a couple of those individuals who were like, oh, I don't like Julie. I don't like Ben. They were constantly breaking up and getting back together. So that, to me, that would be just standard protocol.
Disappear, John.
Oh, well, okay. Then there's that is some continuity flaws. So, all right, we go to the courthouse. Peter wants Ben to represent him. Ben is like not having it. Like he's pretty much almost pleading in the hallway, right? So that doesn't work. So we then leave it up to Cheryl. Cheryl comes and begs Leanne to represent Peter. And she says, look, I was the other woman. I know what I did was wrong. What we did was wrong, et cetera, et cetera. But he doesn't have a snowball's chance in Hades of getting out of this unless you, a brilliant lawyer that you are, help him out with this case.
So, John, would you defend an ex in court if you had the means?
Nope. But I'm petty that way. I'm like, nope. No dice. I would not.
No ex would want me to defend them in court. I probably would, though, for the challenge, but they'd go to jail because I'm not a lawyer.
Funny you mentioned that. One of my longtime exes, one time we were watching Law and Order, and I go, you know what? I think I'd be a really good attorney. And she goes, no, you'd be a great attorney on TV. I'm like, what do you mean by that? And she was like, I don't think in the real world there is as dramatic as they are on Law and Order. I was like, oh, okay. Point well taken.
She's calling you dramatic, John. You should have broken up with her then.
Well, yeah, that was kind of an omen, wasn't it? It was like,
that was a dig at you, John.
Yeah. Now we go back 15 years and we see, oh man. Anyway,
if only you knew me then.
If I knew you then, you would still be in high school, probably.
15 years ago?
Okay, well,
my daughter's 18, John. I didn't have her in high school. Yeah, I'm in high school with a 3-year-old, just hanging out. Almost 4.
All right, my bad. I was trying to make an old joke about myself, and it backfired on me.
I appreciate you calling me that young, though, man. That's amazing.
Oh, all right. Well, anyways. So Peter stops by the house, and Peter and Leanne discuss the case. And even towards the end of this meeting, Peter can't help himself. He's again tries to make a move on Leanne. It's like, dude, it's over with. Move on. Jeez. So Peter met with his accountant, and then he said, well, look, I found, after I met with my accountant, I went home and I found Brian and he was dead. All right. And nobody has a key, so the door had to be unlocked. And then Peter does talk about the first meeting, but he leaves out the whole thing about the crooked court case that Brian wants to, rectify, if you will. He wants to fix things. So Leanne will take the case. What a discount. $80,000.
Well, that's what she charges. Do you think she charges what her dad charges? I think you got to work up to that.
Her dad is 100K.
Yeah.
She's 80K. So she said also, too, I like this, and court costs. And he goes, what about court costs? Well, because my dad's going to kill me when he finds out that I'm going to represent you. And lo and behold, the next scene, Ben making breakfast, and man, is he 3 sheets, excuse me, not 3 sheets to the wind. He is 3 levels of mad. He might be 3 sheets to the wind after hearing this announcement that Leanne's helping Peter. But anyways, 2 comments that oh, that's from a previous episode, folks. John's been drinking rather than napping. No, I have not. I have not been napping, nor have I been drinking today. So
call an IV, Justin. He has it going straight to his veins while he's napping.
anyways, he's a jackass, capable of anything. And then my favorite, he's a bum. He's a bum. He's a bum.
He is. He's a bum. Any guy who cheats on a woman is just automatic trash.
All right. And he's still trying to cheat on Cheryl. So Gloria,
with his ex-wife, he's making the moves on his ex-wife when he's married to the woman that he cheated on her with. That's a whole weird circle.
Yeah, it is.
We have a comment, Justin, if you would throw it up. Sorry, I didn't mean to steal Justin's job. Angel!
Hey, Angel. What's going on? Thanks for checking in. So we go to Gloria, who is Brian's wife, or widow, if you will. Gloria and Leanne talk about the case. And Brian had 10 weeks. I said it was only a couple weeks, but he had 10 weeks to live. And he told Gloria, like, oh, I'm good. I got a couple of years. Everything's fine. He kind of downplayed things. Gloria recaps the first meeting where she's like, well, Brian can't drive anymore because his eyesight's kind of messed up due to the diabetes. And so I drove him to a city park. He got out. He talked to Peter. And I don't know exactly what they talked about, but they talked about something that was pretty serious. So then Leanne confronts Peter regarding the first meeting, and Peter gives some BS story about Brian and the Philadelphia accountant and money missing and all this jazz that really has nothing to do with what in reality actually happened. All right, Peter meets with Mr. Ross, and they talk about the murder and how Brian wanted to reopen the case. And Ross is worried about the missing evidence that there's some missing evidence that Brian and Peter made disappear. And Mr. Ross is somewhat concerned about it showing up out of the blue. So Ross pretty much wants Peter to leave town. He's got $1 million waiting for him in a bus depot locker. And so at that point in our next scene, Cheryl arrives home and finds Peter packing. Peter's like, look, I got to go. And he wants to keep Cheryl in the dark so that she could be safe. She doesn't know anything, et cetera, et cetera. And so Cheryl ends up calling Ben by accident. She was trying to call Leanne, but Ben answered the phone, and she gives the news to Ben that Peter's leaving, and I don't know, it's nothing like him to do this, and I'm not with him, et cetera, et cetera. Jason, do you have any comments or concerns so far?
Yeah, I don't like this guy, like, at all.
You hope all the bad things happen to him and him only.
Yeah, I kind of wish that this was the one where they got convicted, at the end, whether they did it or not, because he's just awful.
Well, we see a scene of Peter at the airport, and he does get to the locker, and it's got $1 million in a briefcase and tickets. And lo and behold, he's caught red-handed by Ben Matlock. So Ben takes Peter to his home. Peter tells the truth to Leanne about the Prentice case. That's the actual title of the case that's been rigged. And basically, Peter suppressed evidence. Ross got involved in a robbery. And Prentice never really killed anybody in the robbery. It was all a big mistake and whatnot. And so Leanne's so mad, she throws Peter out of the house. Like his charm is not working at all. It is out the door with Leanne.
Yeah, now he's awful, and running is just like the worst. It's worse than it's not worse than picking up the weapon, but it's up there. Like, you pick up the weapon, it's in your hands, and now you're gonna run. He said he should have let him ran. Let him go, Ben.
Yeah. So Ben and Leanne have a talk on the front porch. And here's something that I don't know, kind of made me a little bit say, huh? Basically, Peter and Leanne were married after 4 months, which I don't know. I just personally, I think that is kind of a little bit rushing it. Personally, I know I know there's people that have gotten married in 4 months, 6 months, 8 months, maybe some people listening to this episode. Just personally for me, I think that's a little rush. Just again, my humble opinion. Jason?
I have heard that people that get married quickly have good odds, because when you get married quickly and have to live together quickly, you get to know the real person as opposed to the person that you see when you're not together. Like you know what I mean? Because you go to separate houses, so you don't see the true them. But in the case of getting together and getting married and moving in quickly, you really grow in the relationship because you can't hide who you are for, you know what I mean? Yeah, if that makes sense.
No, it makes sense. Like I said, yeah, it's just my humble opinion. But what I also found to be a little bit disturbing is Leanne's comment about the fact that Peter was great in bed. Why are you sharing this with your father? Why are you going to blurt that out while you two are having a nice, sentimental discussion about life on the front stoop, and you have to go, well, he was great in bed? Gross.
You talk to your mom about that?
No, absolutely
Every time
not.
I get on the phone, John, I tell her about everybody I've been with. It's just how you talk to people. It's not awkward at all, man. I like sharing.
Okay. No, I'm not sharing there. So.
That's not true, folks. I would never talk to my mom about that.
I was gonna say I'm calling BS on that because I don't know of too many kids that are like very open with their parents. Justin just gave us a message in the private chat that I will share with you all. Quote, "Sorry, Mom, I got the clap." End quote.
Yeah, it was worth it, Mom. You should have seen how good she was. Anyway, John, this is a family show. What are you doing?
I don't know.
Hashtag PVD cheat.
Anyways, Peter confessed to obstruction at the police headquarters, like he's been not forthcoming and whatnot. Leanne and Peter chat at the police headquarters, and Peter is looking for redemption. And is Leanne still going to be his lawyer? All right. Shouldn't be, but yeah. Ross is confronted by Leanne, which I thought this scene was really good. Like the attitude that Leanne gives Mr. Ross, and the fact that Ross was kind of like this stoic, like kind of hitman-like kind of vibe to him. That this was a great scene. This was probably my favorite scene of the whole episode. In fact, Leanne's so bold that she tells Ross that she thinks he may have had something to do with the killer. And Ross doesn't like that. And guess what he does? He has security come and escort her out of the building. Throw it out.
Flags.
That is. So we cut to a scene where Gloria and others are at Brian's funeral. Ross shows up, Mr. Ross. And Leanne and Ben are watching from the distance. And there's a mystery woman who shows up. And she has a heated conversation with Gloria. Could it be his mistress? Although Gloria claimed that total faithfulness with those two, with Gloria and Brian. But nonetheless, they're going to investigate something here that is interesting, and that is the car of one Brian and Gloria. So Leanne and Ben go to the impound lot. They're looking for Brian's car. It's a real kind of tight fit to get into the driver's side, according to Ben. And Ben runs down the happenings while Leanne finds Brian's glasses, and they were on the passenger side. So Ben and Leanne decide to recreate the path the killer took and gets busted for jaywalking. And this here is a $38 fine for jaywalking. Ben gives the cop the third degree, but then when he realizes that, wait a minute, this is maybe this is exactly what happened, is that maybe the killer parked on that street, walked on over, and then got busted for jaywalking. So maybe there's evidence. Jason, side note, have you ever been to the impound lot? Have you ever been towed and have to go to the impound lot?
I have had to go to the impound lot, John.
Same here.
It is awful.
I agree. I agree. Yeah. I mean, I would tell my story, but it's a little bit lengthy. We'll just say that the city of Columbus was going to make sure that I had to pay my $82 because no matter what excuse I had or valid excuse I had, they weren't hearing it. So I'm like, okay, cool. All right, we go to the courtroom, and Gloria is on the stand, and basically the mistress, Ms. Corbett, is in court. And so basically the premise is that Gloria is resentful of Brian's affair. Gloria drove Brian everywhere. She was totally helpful for him and his health and all that jazz. And this is how he repays her by having an affair with this Corbett woman. And Gloria drove Brian over to Peter's home, and she basically killed him out of rage. She killed Brian. And to further prove this, that there's some evidence to it, is that Leanne has the jaywalking ticket that she got while walking from Peter's house after killing Brian. And so the ticket is the final piece of evidence in which Peter is found not guilty. He thanks Leanne and Ben. We find out that the Prentice case will get reopened, and Leanne says that she's not interested in taking the case, that she would not help Peter in his endeavors on that court case. So, Jason, do you have anything else? Do we overlook anything? Do we need to further discuss anything or whatnot?
No, I don't think so. I think we covered it. Yeah.
All right, then. Let's get into our closing statements.
This is the part of the podcast where John and I will rate the show on a gavel system. 1 gavel means we absolutely disliked it. 5 gavels means we loved it. Negative 37 gavels means John is going to take over for Ken Jennings on Jeopardy and give one of the contestants the answers to every single episode. Hashtag PVD cheat. John, what do you rate this show?
I give it 4 gavels. I really thought it was a solid episode. I really did. I think that the acting was really good. I think that Peter did his job well. We were not supposed to like him. We did not like him. So he did his job very, very well. I liked Ben as the angry ex-father-in-law. I thought the plot was really, really good. My only negative, and it's really not a negative, I just think that when we see these episodes of Matlock and they're double episodes, sometimes we go, it should have only been 1 episode. But there's been a few where we go, this should have been 2 episodes. I think this should have been 2 episodes. Or the next episode should have been a follow-up with the Prentice case. Because I think that would have been a cool thing to do because they haven't done, Sounds pretty negative, John. What?
That was not me.
I know.
Something I would do, but that was not me. I guessed that you would give it a 4, so I'm very happy with myself right now because I think that's the first one I've gotten right for you. I gave this episode a 5 because I loved it. I thought it was really, really good. I watched it twice. I watched them twice, whether I like them or not, so it's not really a tell. But I did. I enjoyed it. Even the cringe moment of Ben and Leanne talking about their sex life. This episode was fantastic.
Okay, I predicted 4. So I was a little off, but I predicted that you thought that you would say a 4. Yeah, I mean, it's a really solid episode. That's all we could say. I mean, we could continue to give it acknowledgement and give it kudos. Bottom line, it's great. It's a really good, solid episode. So.
Very,
all
very
right.
nice. And Liz is going to tell us why we're wrong.
All right.
Of her comment.
3 stars. All the men in this episode are terrible, and Leanne shouldn't have helped him. Yeah.
I agree with you on the Leanne shouldn't have helped him. And I don't think Ben was terrible in this episode. He's just a father who hates his daughter's ex. But I think the acting really brought that part of the story because that dude is supposed to be awful. And Julia is supposed to be like questioning whether or not they're not Julie. Oh my God. Sorry. Leanne is supposed to be questioning whether or not she's supposed to help him. And as somebody who, obviously anytime somebody that you loved at one point is in trouble, it's really hard to say no to helping them if you've got the means because they can play on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Again, Liz, thank you for your input. We do appreciate it. In fact, don't forget, by the way, to visit our friend Liz at Dark Sea Yarn, if I remember correctly, on Instagram. So got some cool stuff going on over there. And speaking of cool things, Jason, what cool things do the Three Geeks podcast have going on?
So many things. We just dropped our interview with Sean Whalen, who was in Twister Jury Duty. I'm the first person to ever introduce him on a podcast as Carl Wayne Bishop, which makes me very, very happy. We talked Revenge of the Nerds 3, and we talked to the voice of Princess Zelda from The Legend of Zelda, the new ones. I'm sorry, guys. I don't have the names of them in front of me. Tears of the Kingdom or something like that. And Breath of the Wild. There we go. I knew my nerd would catch up to me, but there's a lot happening every day. Our trivia videos that we've been posting daily are doing really well. So thanks, everybody. Liz, you're going to like tomorrow's trivia video. And then, guys, we're getting to the end of Matlock, obviously, because the show is going to be over in 2 seasons. So email us, BENMATTALK, and tell us what our next show or our next journey should be after Matlock, because we'd love to hear it.
Yeah, absolutely. Throw out the ideas. We still got a lot of time left, because we still have 2 seasons left.
About a year.
Yeah, and honestly, okay, real quickly, I can't believe how quickly the time has gone with this project. To be honest with you, we say it when we started this. It was a joke. It was a little joke just to needle some of the other guys on the Three Geeks show, but it has turned into this wonderful community that I have thoroughly enjoyed presenting. The episodes. I know my partner Jason will say the same thing. We really are truly lucky to have everybody who has watched an episode or watches every episode. So thank you very much. But let us know. See, I'm getting a little misty-eyed, aren't I? I'm getting a little verklempt.
Yeah, John just took up all of our time crying, guys. So that's it for the show. John doesn't have anything. It's fine.
No, come on now.
Where they can find you and our holiday special from a few weeks ago.
You can find all the great episodes of the PVD Cast at pvdcast.com, which is probably the best place to get all the episodes, but they're also available through all those other major podcasting outlets like Spotify, iHeartRadio, et cetera, et cetera. And this week I currently have Jimmy Gigrich, who is a creator out of Baltimore, comic book creator out of Baltimore, who makes some really cool art, very much like that kind of gross out type of humor, if you will, like Garbage Pail Kids and My Pet Monster and Mad Balls and all that. That's the type of art that he does. So we talk about that. We talk about some of his past projects, which has appeared on Adult Swim. And then, of course, 2 episodes ago, 509, is Hallmark Hilarity, where Jason feels that he was screwed out of a victory talking about his passion, Hallmark Christmas movies.
Yeah, so you guys tune in. Check it out. It's a lot of fun. I really had a good time, John. And I do want to take a second, because if you've noticed on the Three Geeks channel, we've had 2 amazing women popping up in our videos and doing voiceovers. Angel and Destiny have been a godsend to everything that we are doing and our growth. So I just wanted to say a quick thank you. Holiday Ham, Joyful for Jesus. Everybody stick around. Check out our new beginning credits that I failed on. And John, as they say in court,
nothing further.
Hey there, it's Wayfair here, where delivery and setup are as easy as a few taps on your phone. You're relaxing in an old hammock, scrolling Wayfair's app, when you spot it, a brand new patio set. Next thing you know, Wayfair delivers it right to your patio and sets it up. Oh, you need a new grill too? All right, Wayfair's got you covered. With Wayfair's Room of Choice delivery and fast expert setup on qualifying orders, life gets a little easier. Visit wayfair.com or the Wayfair app.
Wayfair, every style, every home.